Hey Galaxy, what's going on? Ryan, Keith, and myself here with the topic at hand. Wrestling collectibles, whether it be DVD or a heavy-ass championship belt that may be laying over your shoulder. Everybody has a special thing, and we're going to be talking about that in this special video, which is part of our sponsored giveaway, where you have a chance to win an Undertaker collectible by going to the description and hitting the link that is in there. This giveaway ends on March 6th. That is a Sunday. The winner announced on the March 8th edition of the podcast. So make sure to not only subscribe, but like this video and join the family. Now, Keith, I see that thing is quite heavy. That's not the $30 title you can get at Toys R Us, right?
No. This right here is a replica of the WWE Championship. I cop out and say it is a replica of the belt that CM Punk held during his 434-day title reign. But yes, this is about a $350 replica. It's heavy as hell.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the Benjamins. And while I do have this sexy belt on my shoulder, it's not actually what I wanted to bring to the table today. Because let me put this down here.
You okay now? Wait, stretch out. Don't pull your shoulder or something.
Literal weight has been lifted off my shoulder. But what I wanted to bring today was this awesome piece action figure collectible thing that I picked up at a WrestleCon in New York for WrestleMania 29, and that is a Skeletal Hulk Hogan. I think this thing
That's amazing.
is so awesome. It's just a skeleton of Hulk Hogan. As you can see, it's in his would you say second WWE run attire?
Yeah, like 2003
on the
Undertaker,
bottom here.
Chokeslam,
On the
Hogan.
bottom here, it says "Still the strongest," because Hulkamania is immortal, as proven by even when he is long gone, he will still be ripping t-shirts and flexing, brother. So I love this collectible, and that's my show and tell, guys.
Question. Are you a fan of action figures and wrestling? Like growing up, was that something you pursued, or what did you like getting growing up for wrestling?
Growing up, it was all about action figures for me. I had tons. I probably had a garbage bag full, and then I bought the ring, and then I would have make my own WWE federation where they would pit off against each other. I had one time where I think it was called the hard plastics versus the movables. I called them. I had some of those ones that were just hard plastic WCW. You could whip it at a kid and give him a concussion versus ones that could actually move.
He knows from experience.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to choose not to comment on that. But it was all action figures for me growing up. A lot of magazines as well for most of my life. Early life, I was subscribed to WWF magazine, so that was a big part, getting the new edition every month and reading that, and that was a big part of my life.
Awesome. Ryan, what you got for show and tell?
What do I got? Well, I have a autograph of Mr. Christian of WWE TNA fame, and the interesting thing about this autograph was I got this at a WWE meet and greet for Christian, but it was actually right after he had won the NWA TNA Championship.
Wait, what?
Weird.
Yes. He was NWA champion at the time that I got this, but I'm assuming he still had some WWE obligations that he had to finish out.
What?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So, yeah, interestingly enough, that's when I got to meet Christian and get that autograph. And he did not bring the belt with him. I'm assuming
for obvious
there were
reasons.
Yeah,
maybe.
I guess that makes sense.
there were some good reasons why he didn't, but I thought that was kind of funny the way it the timeline of that had worked out, but it was really cool.
I like my title belt, the one that I just had, but that NWA title, God, that's so goddamn cool.
Yeah.
That's one of the best belts ever.
One of my dreams has always been to collect different types of championships. I know there are multiple websites out there that you can get really good titles that cost obviously around $1,000, but you can get the old WCW title, the giant one that I always love a lot. Ryan, for you, same question. Growing up, was there anything you liked to get? Because I know you started watching wrestling at a later time, so maybe it's not the same for you.
I did get a lot of the action figures. I didn't have a massive collection, but I did have the Titantron, where you scan the guy, the metal thing on the bottom of his boot.
That was cool.
You got the music there, and then I did have a ring. I think I had like the SmackDown ring or something like that. But I had a modest collection of figures, maybe no more than like 10 to 12 of them. I did collect some of the magazines too. I never had a subscription. I would just kind of go down to the convenience store down the street, and if they had it, I'd get it. But I remember like my friend had Raw magazine, and that was like, oh, that one's a little bit more risque. They're showing blood and stuff. Oh my God. I always just got the WWE magazines.
Now, you both said at some point you got wrestling action figures. Is there anybody in particular, maybe Stone Cold, Triple H, anybody that you remember?
The Hardy Boys, I had those really cool like bendy ones where they could do like the high flying moves better and stuff like that. I had those of the Hardy Boys. I remember I had The Rock. I don't know if I had Stone Cold. I think I might have.
For me, it's so weird, but the one that sticks out the most is a Raven action figure I got, a WWE Raven one with it. It came with like fully, let's say, movable hair. It had the whole jean jacket, shirt, and kilt.
So that was like really early, like WrestleMania 17 Raven, more or less.
And it came with the hardcore title, and that's why I loved it so much. I never did, but I always wanted all of those little belts for those action figures. I had the hardcore. I think at some point later I had the Intercontinental, but yeah, how weird that a Raven action figure was my favorite.
It would make sense. All the different outfits that he had, the different things would make it more unique action figure as opposed to Stone Cold, which would basically be
just a bald
tights. Dude. Exactly. Now, Juan, what'd you bring for show and tell? Well, thank you for asking, Juan. Well, the runner-up is this thing. This is the Dana Bryan Yes book. I got this on a pre-order, and the reason it's so special was if you pre-ordered on Barnes & Noble, you got a signed copy of it. Now,
it's pretty cool.
I actually didn't read this. I listened to the audiobook because I had some credits on Audible, but just being able to have this, knowing that, the situation happening with D-Bry, is he going to wrestle again or not, that type of stuff, it's great to have this, and especially with the journey that happened. Now, that is not my pick. This is the runner-up. My thing. It's almost in every video that I have in the background is this baby right here. This is custom made. I had this made in 2013. Credit to Angel Gonzalez here in Puerto Rico. He is the father of a friend of mine. And when I knew that we were doing, Byte that, all this stuff, I wanted something in the background that I knew would be unique. And for weeks, actually a couple of months, I was just thinking, what is something about wrestling that is not just cool, like, Stone Cold or something like that, but something that really meant a lot to me? And Eddie is somebody that I've watched for so long. I've watched WCW before WWE, and he was in there. I loved the Cruiserweights. I loved heel Eddie. I loved Eddie going into the WWE with the Radicals, so many things. And this captivating moment, I made sure to tell the artist, I gave him a screenshot. This is a lesser known one because you guys know this moment, right? This is the one that it's usually the side shot of Eddie sort of smiling.
Is that the SmackDown celebration after he won the title? Yeah,
exactly. But usually they use a different picture. But I like this one, and I made sure to tell him I just want the background to be abstract because I want the focus to be on him. I didn't want just the crowd or something. And when I saw this, man, it's like, it's crazy just having this and then just being able to remember Eddie and all the great things he did.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Now with the other conversation, much like you guys, I also collected action figures growing up. Ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit obsessed with collecting action figures. I actually had a tradition, which I don't think I shared this so much with you guys. My mom and I would always go to a beach house on the weekends because my mom's friend had one. We'd always go there. I would bring like one of this, I don't know how many gallons, these black trash bags that was huge with like 40 to 50 action figures. And not just that, that's not the freaky part. With those action figures would be a notebook. In that notebook, would be a booking thing at the beginning,
Oh my
a
god.
win-loss thing in the middle. I had factions and I had written storylines at the end that I would play out for years, to the point that just remembering this right now, and it was a mix of WWF and Marvel and DC action figures. It was weird.
Man.
I went as far as renaming some guys. Like Hulk Hogan retired, and I'll never forget this, and I renamed him Stryker because you know
Very original name.
yeah, right. But the culminating thing is, I remember I had a match. I had a bathtub match in Wisconsin when I lived there for a couple of months, where the goal was to rock bottom or something the guy into the tub because they were wrestling in the edge.
How old
And
were you
that
at
person-
this point?
What?
How old were you at this point?
No, I was
23.
This is about a week ago, actually. You can ask Nicole. No, but I had it. I believe it was Hulk Hogan that died, right? Hulk Hogan died, and for 3 months I did
Did he
not
become
use
the
that.
skeleton action figure?
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god!
found him. He's here, brother.
Stryker, you're there! Oh my
What
god!
did you do to me, Juan?
Hey man, you got rock bottom by an action figure of Robin.
Oh wow.
I remember that too. And I did not use that action figure for 3 months because that was a stipulation. And I painted him with Sharpie and renamed him Stryker. Wow. That is a thing I did.
Okay, so
Hulk Hogan job to Robin, folks.
and
Yep.
you basically blackfaced a Hulk Hogan.
Oh my god. But yeah, this has been a fun conversation. Now, we want to take it to you guys. What is your favorite wrestling collectible? Remember, the best way to contribute to this is not just dropping a comment, but go to the description, hit that link, sign up, post an image, and that will guarantee you an entry into our giveaway. And there's another added incentive. You can also tweet at us, Byte That Cast, with the hashtag BTGemmer, and your collectible may be featured in another video. We got a couple more videos left. One of them will be specifically highlighting your creations. We're going to talk about them. We're going to see them. Hopefully they're not as heavy as Keith's title, because that thing was... Do you know how much it weighs?
Not off the top
No?
of my head, but
it's heavy.
heavy.
Would you say like 50 pounds? Less, maybe?
No, less than that.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's not so bad, Keith.
You know, it's not bad in short, whatchamacallit, stints, but
Yeah.
it gets there.
But everybody, thank you for watching. Subscribe podcast every single Tuesday night. That is also where we will reveal the winner of the sponsor giveaway. So thank you for watching, and we will be back with tons more right here on Byte That. You found Stryker, King. You found him.